I thought something was going really bad with my audio because I made the most classic YouTube, most classic YouTube mistake in having another, having your stream like in a different tab, but having the audio playing. And apparently, I haven't learned yet that not to do that. How many? What number is this? I actually don't know. I think this is number 16. What? What? Do you want to come on? You can come on if you want. I don't care. You can say no. There is a no. By the way, yes, I did change my Apple. My Apple is now. Can you even say the word blood on YouTube? I actually don't even know the answer to that question. YouTube's weird with its ban words. But what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What? That's so funny. Oh my god. Not if. Oh, I was like, what? I thought that was a different language for a second. My bad. Ah, yes. I will learn to pronounce what BL00D. How would you? I don't know. People want to like if they want to like the video, they can. Totally up to people on that. What a jam do? Yes, yes. It is strawberry jam. That's it. Yes, that's entirely what it is. It is strawberry jam. Promise. Yes, that's what that is. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No. I figured. I figured you were busy. Anyway. I was joking. Not being serious. Obviously. I think I did that one time before I put you on the spot. I'm sorry about that. I didn't really mean to do that. But let's see. All right. Oh my goodness. Not a single. You know what I see in my chat? Not a single woman. Oh my goodness. So toxic. Oh my god. I actually saw a trailer. Yes. I'm doing the classic before I get into my subject matter, talking about absolute nonsense for like half an hour. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh my goodness. How dare you? Bird, blood, the red the red juice. Oh my god. We could just say corn syrup, right? That's what they use. It's like red dyed corn syrup is what they use in movies. I know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I will just have to be my own women representation. So that's what I'm gonna be. I mean, my icon, considering I am the screen, is bigger than all of y'all's put together. So I think that works, right? That works. I think that works. Let's see. Who we have in the chat? We have number 1 is in the chat, Colin P. Of course, the Toxic Fox himself, Project Storytime. Derek, Jetsy, Darth Monkey Orath. Let's see. Who else do we have? That is it. Check your YouTube privilege. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, I know. How dare I check my YouTube privilege? That's hilarious. I was on a tangent, and then I gave myself a tangent to that tangent, and I don't even know what I was talking about before. Oh yeah, now I know. So I do watch quite a bit of YouTube. I have my spider friend back. My spider friend's back, guys, in the window. That's nice. Good. So if you see me just glaring off over here, it's because my spider friend has returned. He is not paying rent. Yes, I am assuming his gender. He's not paying rent, and that's rude. So, we have to make spiders pay rent. That's just only those care about merit. Yeah. The whammon thing. The whammon thing. Oh my goodness. That whammon thing. Anyway, so I saw this commercial for this movie, and um, it's very, very. I've seen two commercials for movies, which is a very bizarre thing to have nowadays. You know, you don't think of it as being weird until you just don't have movies for like, when did we shut down? Like March. And so it was weird to have movie commercials. That wasn't like Tenet and New Mutants. But it was even weirder that they were both very interesting subject matters. I don't have flies in my home, but I have arachnophobia, so I think that kind of weighs it out a little bit. Why? Yeah, well, arachnophobia. I have arachnophobia, so I don't really appreciate it very much. I'm better than I used to be, but it's still not. I still don't like them. They were both very interesting. You had one that was like all women. Um, like there's some end of the world like hacker shit's apparently happening where the enemy's invisible, which is kind of, I thought that was going to be like a horror twist. No, I think it was just they were just talking about what I am. I'm still using a crappy microphone. What? Oh, thank you for that, my dude. Still using a crappy microphone. Wait, hold on. Are my settings messed up? Are my settings messed up? Huh. Weird. I don't know. No, no, I really don't want to. One of the reasons I don't know if I'm ever going to make it to Australia. Uh, I'll try. I will try. I will try. Anyway, so the movies I was talking about. Well, one looks like it's going. It's like so. There's like an invisible hacker or something, or some invisible threat that's going to start World War III, and only these four women can do it. And I didn't have a problem with the fact that they were women, obviously, because um, it was more like the little quips in the commercial that kind of bothered me. I was like, why? Why do we feel the need? So mean. Why are you so mean? So rude. Oh my goodness. Yes, that one. Yes, 355. Yes, exactly. It looked fine. It was just the quips in it. Like they were just constantly putting down guys. I don't have the context for that in the movie, but that kind of put me off a little bit. You know, just like I don't need you to put it. It'd be like if there was a film with all guys, right? If we just switch it, a film with all guys and they were putting off women, like that would bother me too. I'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird. But yeah, not really. That really wasn't a good choice in my opinion. But and then we had another one. It looked like it's going to basically take on the women's perspective of the Me Too movement. Um, so about a guy getting away with the R word, presumably. Um, so I didn't like I said I didn't mind any of that part. It was just the weird little quips that they had. It was just like a guy would say, "Hey, there's four. I count four secret. There's four secret agents out there," and then the woman was like, "Well, I count six, but you know." It was just that attitude. I'm not a fan of that attitude at all. Um, I'm just not in general. God damn it. Stupid necklace. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, Jesse. I will get nuked into oblivion for sure. Oh my goodness, this necklace, because I'm mirrored. That's so annoying. It's I just don't see the point in putting down that kind of thing. You know, those little quips. It's like, I'm so much better. And also, I hate that voice. I hate that very uppity, very arrogant. I'm better because I'm women kind of voice. Um, I do mean that voice a little bit, but and hello, Mr. Hyde. But yes, I was not a good first impression for a commercial. And then, like I said, the next one was that I saw was again them taking on the Me Too movement from the woman's perspective. It had that lady from the mom from American Horror Story Murder House, the first season. If any of y'all know what that is, she was. And that one, it was just knowing, just having lived through the Me Too movement. It's yes, the Karen voice. Yes, that one. Exactly. It's just annoying. Like you're not helping. You're not helping anything by doing this. And also not a good look to even people who like the Me Too movement obviously started out with good intentions, but like with most modern day movements, it just became a trash fire. Um and they kind of like cratered in on itself. Like they take a movement and they just corrupt it within themselves, and it's really sad because like what they were striving for initially was really good. um yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's there's a quote in there is like, do you know what those kind of accusations do against our guys' worst nightmares? And then the chick said, what do you think girls' worst nightmares are? um Odd, very odd dialogue. I can't remember the name of it. um but it was very strange. Not a good, not good Hollywood. Just saying, like the first two movies I see, like like new movies that I haven't heard that are going to be pushed back into oblivion. Um, like the first two new concepts that I've heard of are going to be just are those two. That's not really what I would say is to get back get back on your feet, Hollywood, because Jesus Christ, you're literally burning at the moment. Um, I just don't get that. That makes no sense to me. That logic doesn't track at all. Honestly, I would have been more I would have been less surprised to see like a nostalgia like explosion, because that's what's kind of driving Hollywood at this point. Um, and I heard this put it was PSA Sitch and Adam Friended. They have a show that they do on Sundays, and they made a comment about this, and I thought it was pretty brilliant that um, Hollywood has to compete against all like the streaming that we have, because for the first time in humanity's history, we have literally every movie, including independent films, every TV show, every just anything imaginable, not even released in theaters, not you don't have to show it in a film festival, like these anything at our fingertips. Like humanity has access to entertainment that no one ever could start watching from the first day they were born and then never finish by the time they die. Like it is so we have so much, and um Hollywood's having to actually go up against that, and they're like super intimidated, and you can't I mean honestly you can't really blame them for being super intimidated. So they're just like throwing nostalgia at us, which is why we're getting so many reboots, remakes, sequels. And it's but to me putting it that way kind of it just totally makes sense, because I never really understood why something like Hollywood, which was like this city of just pure creativity, just became this kind of cheap, very over. It just became this kind of over the top, and yet somehow managing to make it look really cheap because they rush everything. It's just it's a crap fest. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a crap fest. It's this huge, just crap fest of just reboot after reboot after sequel after sequel after so many sequels, and then they reboot it again, and then they remake it, and then you know I, it's this huge it's just like this cycle that they don't seem to be getting out of. And I do think they have a point in the fact that yeah, I think it's the intimidation factor. Um and yep, exactly. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, are they planning to buy the movie theaters after this? I mean, no, I do get it. Now that I'm thinking about it, like from a business perspective, Hollywood wants to get the most bang for its buck, right? Yeah, there's probably a joke in there. Um, but by having that and by wanting to get the most money out of it, what they're doing is unfortunately sacrificing having as many places as they possibly could to put out that much. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they've kind of just screwed themselves over. Um, and that's kind of tragic, but they've been doing that, like I said. Um, I I wish they would just grow a pair of balls and just do shit like not exactly like the Joker, but like remember what that was like. And some people don't like the Joker, and that's fine. I really don't care. I'm not gonna like sit here and argue um someone's opinion on that. Because I don't have there's no one else in this room except for this fighter. I don't think he's going to be arguing for anything. Um, but it's just this. It's like they're in this panic. They're like in panic mode, and they're just spiraling down into this wasteland. Some would say they already made it to the wasteland, but I think when Hollywood collapses like completely, that's when they've gotten to the wasteland. Grow a pair of balls. Yeah, yeah. I know. So sexist. My goodness, what am I doing? Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, by the way, did actually watch the EFAP where they went over the 2020 Mulan because I'm not watching that, but I will watch someone else watch it because of the entertainment value. And oh my god, I don't the small parts that I did see was too much. Honestly, I was like, that was too much for me to have witnessed. That was an awful movie. Just based on what I saw. Um, I don't know if seeing more of it would have helped, honestly, because they added so much unnecessary bullshit. But yeah, I found that interesting. Like the first two movies I see, first your next two movies line up for originality is one based off the Me Too movement, and it looks like she's gonna like. It's very unclear in the trailer what she's going to be doing. Like it looks like she's going to be going back to college, and or it was a young woman, someone else that did it too, and she's going to be getting revenge. I'm always down for a revenge story, but this one seemed cringy. This seemed very cringy, and I got this finite amount of time on this planet. I don't really want to waste my time watching it, but I'll have to see more about it. It just looked like a cringe fest. Like it didn't even really look like no one's apparently talking about it, which tells me a lot too. Like other people who were talking about is it the 355 or the 53? What was it? What did you say it was called? Yes, the 355. Like I just I don't care. Like I see it and I'm just kind of like that's cringe. Also again, not a good look to yeah, they didn't really think that one through, did it? Because they're gonna just be making money off of what people like like the Me Too movement. They're literally profiting. They're making a movie and making the Me Too movement, which is about women being sexually harassed, and they're going to make a movie off of it, and they're going to profit off of that. That seems a bit odd. That that that's a bit. That's a bit weird. That one's a bit strange on that front. Um, I don't know. I don't think I'd do that. You know, I don't think I would. Anyway, I truly believe the best way to become successful is to try new things, even if you fail. At least you learn, and then yeah, no, I'm all about that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm all about trying new things. I'm all about that kind of thing. Um, I think it's. I think trying to live life in like a plateau is very, very ooh, scummy. Yes, thank you. Scummy. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, thank you. I think trying to live life in a plateau like is kind of a waste. You're just wasting your life doing that. Supposedly, I think that's how it was. I think I heard something or read something about that. But yeah, no, I just wanted to share that with y'all before I got started because I thought that was strange. That was so bizarre to have those two. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but somebody decided to set off their horn. So thank you. Um, it was very strange. You would have thought that after all of this and Hollywood is just like losing so much money that they would have gone with something different. But no. Apparently COVID didn't do anything. Oh no, I said the word. It didn't do anything to make them learn what had happened, you know? Yeah, exactly. And the only way they could get away with that is if they donated everything to charity. They're not going to do that. But it's just that's weird. That's kind of a weird thing to do. You know, it might be touted as, oh, look, it's bringing light back to it, as if it hasn't been had a spotlight on it for like fucking years now. Um, hell, we learned about one of the women in art school. We learned about one of the women in art history class that faked an accusation in her art performance, her performance art piece, where she was dragging the mattress around. You remember her? And it came out that she was it was all fake. Yeah, we learned about her in art history class. Yeah, yeah. So I find that fascinating. I just do. And I haven't seen. God, those that weird having those as the first two trailers I see. What a choice on that front. Ugh. Yeah, no, I heard all about that. No, that's been out there for like a year or more. But yeah, she had the mattress, and it was a performance art piece, and she would drag it around all a way around for her. And yeah, we learned about that in art history class. So it very strange. Because I found that out later that apparently that was all like fake. That was fake accusations. So yeah, I got taught about that before even the facts came out. And she was touted as being this great artist, which I think it would have been better. Her piece would have been better if it actually happened to her, and that was her kind of way of expressing, what had happened to her, kind of her way of dealing with the trauma. That would have made the piece better, but the piece just looks really bad now. That God, it did not age well. It didn't. Mm. I don't know if Hollywood would go out of business. I don't know. I don't know if Hollywood would go out of business. I don't. I just want them to get better. You know, I don't really want them to fail as like a place for all, because it's been like the center of entertainment for ages, and yeah, I don't want it to go away necessarily. I just want them to get their shit together. That's it. Like I want them to succeed. Funnily enough, and I feel like that's how a lot of other people feel. Is like I want y'all to succeed, but y'all need to get your shit together. You know. Will fish stars go out of business? Probably not. Probably not. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I have heard the effects in Bollywood are hilarious though. So I might have to watch something like that. Just I've heard some of them. There's like Bollywood has a lot of memeable movies and shit. All right. So I'm going to get to the article, but yes, I just wanted to start with that. Very strange. Very, very odd. Let's see. So, oh yeah. Oh, my screen. Whoops. There we go. Ta-da! Dun dun dun. Yeah, Alan Moore is a weird one. Alan Moore is a weird one. Oh, hold on a second. Let me scroll down so it's not being weird. Yeah, we're gonna scroll down just enough so he's like over the edge. There we go. Yeah, that's sad. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of in a weird way. It's like, yeah, it is kind of freeing to know you don't have to just make it in Hollywood. Yes, I'm doing that. Oh, one more thing. I think they're both busy today because it is Saturday, but I wanted to show this. Actually, let me stop sharing screen for a second. I wanted to show this. So, um, I donated to Mary's Game Room's little GoFundMe thing. GoFundMe? Is it GoFundMe? It's a little charity thing, and I was put in a raffle, and I got this. Hello. I got a little BB-8. I know people have feelings about Disney Star Wars, but I always thought BB-8 was adorable. So I thought he was precious. I know he's 2 beach balls. I know. Shush. Shut up. He's precious and adorable. Okay? He even had a little lighter that gave a little thumbs up. It's adorable. Which is probably why. So. Anyway, I wanted to show it off. No, Chris. No. Actually, hold on a second. I need to throw her link in here. Dun, 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 dun. Mary's Game Room. I require the link. Where's the link? Anybody know where the link is? I suck. Oh my goodness. I don't have the link, and I don't have it on hand, and I can't find it in the Discord. Oh no. Oh no. I think he's cute though. Oh. Boo. My chat is turned against me. Oh my goodness. It's extralife.org. Okay, org. Oh my god. So, la la la. I'm gonna throw it in the thing. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I got this, and so go donate. Ta-da. I said I was gonna show it off, but of course I stream on the days that they're both doing board games. Her and Mark. So yep, there you go. Donate. I actually don't give a shit about Baby Yoda. I know. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear screaming. That's Anna. Anna, that Star Wars girl. No, I don't. I don't actually give a shit about Baby Yoda. like Force Awakens was the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters, so it has a special place in my heart. Um, but when I saw Baby Yoda, I knew he was a marketing device, and it just ruined it. Like not even the porgs were that cute, but I thought BB-8 was cute, and so no, I don't. I don't actually care about Baby Yoda at all. Like I don't want him dead. I know that was a meme, but I just don't care about Baby Yoda. And it does frustrate me because apparently I haven't seen The Mandalorian, and The Mandalorian takes place after Return of the Jedi. So you do the math. It's kind of I don't understand why. I know we don't know the species of Baby Yoda, but it's very strange. Very strange. Um. Oh yeah, I saw Baby Yoda cereal the other day in the grocery store. That was also strange. No. Shit. Oh my chat. Eris meet bus, like just throwing me under it. Well, you know what? It was for a good cause, and I got something fucking adorable. So shut up. Let me have my thing. Let me have it. It's cute. It's adorable. But I wanted to thank her, and I wanted to thank him publicly for giving it to me. So, yeah. Ports didn't work on me. I thought they were cute. I actually like the ice foxes better, so I preferred the ice foxes. Um, but no, I don't give a shit about Baby Yoda. I don't really care. It's like once I see it as a marketing, it's kind of like meh. But that was my first introduction to it. I didn't see Mandalorian. I didn't really care to. Um, what? You didn't like the ice foxes? I thought they were pretty. Yeah, but you're not an ice fox. You're a cybernetic fox. This is very different. Okay. Very alien cybernetic fox. Very different. All right. But thank you, Mary's Day Room, for sending that to me. That's amazing. Oh my god, my chat's just roasting me alive. Holy shit. I used to. I was also in middle school because that's when the Twilight books came out. Was when I was in middle school. So you're gonna really roast middle school Eris for liking something that was literally made for middle school Eris. And by the way, when I got into high school and I saw the movies for the first time in theaters, ooh, whew, they were funny. Oh, they were funny. That was some funny shit. Twilight's a comedy. You can't convince me otherwise. Some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. But no, I don't care about Baby Yoda. Just let me have my BB-8. Okay? Okay. All right? All right. I am about to regain all of my nerd cred that I lost to you people because you can't let me have cute things. God damn it. Ugh. All right, Nedra. So mean. So mean. My chat is so mean to me. How dare you people? All right. Yes, and now you get his eyes again because yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. I know. Anytime I start talking about my life, I have a tendency to do that by mistake. But I didn't have a choice when I was born, so know, whatever. I don't want to show more articles. All right. What if I show the articles and then I hide them? No, you're gonna continue doing that. Oh my god! Stop it! Go away! Go away! Why won't it go away? That's just rude. I don't want must-read stories. I just want the article. God damn it. When I was looking at this yesterday, it would go away when I did that, and now it's refusing to go away. All right. Okay. I knew it was a marketing ploy, but I like him. Leave me alone. I'm allowed to have cute things. God, you know what? I'm gonna eventually get something set up right here, and he is gonna go right there. So all of you people can just look at him anytime you want to. You want to look at me? You want to look at me? Look at him. That is your punishment. I don't have ad blockers. I don't. Oh my goodness. I'm getting called out. No, apparently not. I am being roasted alive by my chat. I am not allowed to have cute things at all. Do I have any more cute things? You know what? I have one more cute thing that I can reach. I have a tiny Iron Man bobblehead, and he's adorable. There you go. Looks like I'm flipping you off. So, you know what? And he's staying right here for right now. So rude. My whole chat is roasting me alive. Ugh. Ugh, how dare you? Oh my goodness. I love you people. It's so funny. Okay, so Alan Moore gives rare interview, Watchmen creator, hot take. V for Vendetta is far, far, far more superior than Watchmen is. Creator talks new project, the show, how superhero movies have blighted culture. You know what I should have done? I should have looked up what blighted means before I did this. The other rare interview. Well, you know what? It sounds better when you say rare interview. I am a tomboy. I'm not a girl. Oh my god, I have one BB-8 figurine that I'm excited about, and it was given to me. And I have cute little, occasionally cute little nerd things, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, no! I'll just send it to Ethan. Just send it to Ethan. Seriously, just send it to Ethan. Don't send me Rose Tico. You know, it's. I have a different perspective on things than y'all do. You know, I saw things at a different time in my life, and then I kind of woke up to things, and it's like thanks to the Phantom Menace. But there are certain things that I kind of keep close to my heart, and I thought BB-8 was cute, so I still do. I like it, and that was also me going out and saying, "Hey, if you can, donate or share that charity that Various Game Room does. It's pretty awesome." Dun, 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 dun. God damn it. Oh no! God damn it. God damn it. Oh no. How you have a proper YouTube chat when it starts roasting your ass for an opinion. Damn it, you made me snort. So rude. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, you're making me blush. Oh my god, that's so funny. Holy hell. God, y'all are great. And why he wants nothing to do with comics. Yeah. Well, pretty sure anyone in this chat could tell him why he doesn't want anything to do with comics. Now, I'm gonna zoom in. There you go. There's your punishment. I'm just gonna there's your punishment. I'm just gonna zoom in on that face for you people. Oh my god. Hello, Shellback. Oh, did I? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I greeted new people. Hello, Shellback and Fat Steven Seagal, who, yes, just made me snort. So mean. And did I say? I think I said hello to Derek. By the way, I have two of him on my screen because I have the actual tab that I have open, and then I have this one. Oh, and hello, Happy Dinosaur 8000. Yes, very, very easy. Very easy to get them confused, obviously. There you go. Yes, we're gonna have this must-read stories thing here for some fucking reason. I don't know why it won't go away, but it won't go away. So, oh my goodness, I did it. Okay, I don't know how I did it, but I'm gonna keep. All right, we did it. I completely intentionally. No, came back. Oh my god, no. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I don't know if Alan Moore is, the most sane individual. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if he's the most sane individual we have on this planet. He kind of has the Einstein look, you know what I mean? A little crazy. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. And I am a fan of Alan Moore, actually, of his work. Not the man. The man himself is kind of kind of weird, but here we go. Here's my nerd cred. My nerd cred has returned. There we go. Nerd cred. Oh yeah, I stopped reading it though. I tried to continue reading it, but all of that talk about how bad that Watchmen TV show was and how it was like a sequel to this, I dropped it. Was kind of put me off, honestly. I'll end up picking it back up eventually, but and we have this beauty. I I I I was just testing. I'm getting sass. Now I'm getting sass for paperback. God damn it. I didn't even know if I would like it. I just wanted to try it out. I'd heard good things, but I have the hardback. This is the hardback of V for Vendetta. This is a 2005 edition too. I wanted to make sure I got the, and I have and it has like all these cool things in the back too. You see? You see these drawings? Little drawings and notes. So, I love V for Vendetta. It's my third favorite movie of all time. And I also have the collector's edition of the V for Vendetta movies. That comes with like the post. God damn it, spider, go away. Comes with like the posters and the like the mask. There's like a little mask and the movies, like the collectible movies and shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Today I proved myself to be a woman. My whole chat's disappointed in me. What a weird phrase to say. And then, of course, I have, this is actually the hardback of this too, of The Killing Joke. So, yeah, this actually I got from Walmart right when that movie came out. So, yes, a little bit. I do like his stories a little bit. So, yeah, I do like his work. And I was enjoying Watchmen until I stopped reading it. So, it's just that show, all that hate talk about the show was just so, it really was. It was very off-putting. I know. Oh my goodness. We're breaking free of the stereotypes. I am in fact a woman. So I know. Stop the press. I like that it's been 45 minutes and I haven't even technically started reading the article I was going to cover. We have truly become a real streaming channel. 45 minutes in, haven't even started. Oh my god. What? What? Did I say something nonsensical? I would never do something like that. Never in a million years would I do something nonsensical and stop my thought like halfway through a sentence. I would never do something like that. Oh my god. Well, I mean, the female, touche, 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 touche. Number one. the general consensus by him. He is he's like super counterculture, right? And I used to kind of be I used to be similar in that aspect. I would hate things, and this was back in middle school. So I get it, but like I also think he needs to get over it. um so for me, I went through this phase where like I didn't like to do anything. No, that was high school, not middle school. Um, I the second something got popular, I would think it was like the most uncool thing on the planet. Yeah, I was one of those people. And so I would hate things just because they were popular. Even if I actually kind of didn't mind them, I would just hate it for some reason. Um, it didn't really help that a lot of those things people were hating on too. So that was kind of just the thing I did back then. And Alan Moore is very much that kind of mindset. Um, and when I see him this article, I thought I kind of got that, and I've kind of gotten that impression from him for a while, but I kind of got that impression again. But I think he makes some interesting points in here. Oh my god! No, that's just nonsense. That's just nonsense, Shellback. No, that's total, absolute nonsense. That's unheard of. That's ridiculous. So, this is really. Oh, shut up, God. Shut up. No, I mean literally anything that became mainstream, I thought was uncool. Um, it wasn't even so much me being a teenager that it kind of went past me being a teenager. Um, yeah, it is. It really. I think what really kicked off my counterculture kind of thing that I went through was the movie Twilight coming out. Like um, it went from being this kind of phenomenon within like my little like social circles to apparently across like America, but we really didn't give a shit about the internet back in middle school. Um, well, yeah, we did. It was MySpace, but um, it was Twilight. Just it brought in this huge counterculture thing that happened, and I really kind of latched onto it because you were heavily judged if you liked something like that. And back then, you know, most of the time you don't have very much agency of your own. You kind of just want to fit in with people, even though like that's the complete opposite thing you're telling yourself. Um, it's like, no, I want to be my own person. I want to be, you know, whatever. But like at the same time, like you want to fit in. Um, and so it's just it, it went past Twilight for me, and it was pretty much anything mainstream. You know, I remember when Justin Bieber happened, which is funny that I hated it so much because my version of Justin Bieber was Aaron Carter, and I totally was like, yeah, yeah, I was like a fangirl for that. Um, it's so I can almost sympathize with him in a way, but the fact that he's like a super grown ass man, I think it's just kind of sad that he does that. Um, you know, just hating things because they're mainstream is stupid. It really is. Like you miss a bunch of things when you do that. And I just don't. Yeah, I kind of look back on that time and I'm just like, ooh, I was like a bit cringe, but um, yeah, anyway, so I do kind of get him on that extent, but you know, I think he just needs to get over himself. He's like he's Helen Moore's a very strange individual. He is. Oh my god, I got downgraded. Oh no, I got downgraded. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I had a phrase. I would say I don't care like for a lot of my life, I would say I don't care. When I would deeply care. Yeah, I know. That's something I would just say off. Just was my immediate response was, I don't care. I don't care. Oh my god, I don't care. When of course, yeah, I deeply care because I have like very deep feeling emotions, and it kind of sucks sometimes. But you know, what you can do. Um, so exclusive, gotta love that. They love putting that in. It's like it's like the boldest font they could have found. As the creator of Watchmen, V for Vendetta, and many more celebrated comic series, Alan Moore is one of the okay, I know that part. In the industry's biggest names, but his frosty relationship with the film adaptations of his work has been well documented. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's kind of like, I get it to an extent. Like, you don't like having your shit adapted into film. However, you have to get the creator's consent to do that, and there has to be like contracts and shit created in order for them to do that. So him bitching about that is kind of annoying, because he's just bitching about something he agreed to, but didn't come out the way he did. So, so anyway. And again, I love V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta, like, blew my mind the first time I watched it. It is hard to find a movie to do that. Like, I'll enjoy movies. V for Vendetta, like, resonated with me on, like, a spiritual level. I don't know. But I absolutely love that movie. And Silence of the Lambs did that too, and The Dark Knight, which are my 3 favorite movies of all time. All 3 of those movies, like, resonated with me, which is why they get ranked up there. I know it's a very strange, like, usually people are just like, yeah, Citizen Kane, all this, the classics or whatever, but I base my favorite movies off of how, not even from, like, an objective point of view, although I think that comes in a little bit, but how much, like, how it resonates with me. It's like a spiritual, like, kind of experience. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. Um, it's amazing and beautiful. So him bitching about that is kind of just. Um, Now I've seen the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I like that movie. I did. Did I think it should have been a miniseries on TV? Yeah, I think it should have been a miniseries on TV. I don't know. It's one of those where I don't know if if it would have been. I don't know if it could have been a movie form. Oh my god, I don't know what to say to that. What do I say to that? Oh, yeah, I've actually seen Penny Dreadful, and you're actually right. God damn it. I actually watched that. I need to continue watching that. But yeah, I actually watched some of that. That's hilarious. You're 100% right on that. Yeah, I'm at the beginning of season 2 of Penny Dreadful, so no spoilers. Don't you spoil things for me. God damn it. He now refuses to let his name be linked with any such projects. It's okay, they'll do it anyway. Even declining to profit from big screen incarnation. A decision that he has to make. All right, you know what? Props to him for having his value set of that caliber. Also, wow, my dude, I don't even. I That's something you don't hear very often, where he declines money because of his creative, what's the phrase? It's not honesty, integrity. His creative integrity is so strong that he just refuses to take money. That's a rarity. Okay. All right. Props to you. Props to you for that. Also, that's not something many people would do or could afford to do, quite frankly. Yeah, I watched the first episode. Mm, it seems to have taken a tonal shift. No, I've watched more than the first episode. It seems to have taken a significant tonal shift because I was binge watching it, which means like sometimes shows benefit from you not watching it one after another after another after another because then you kind of sort of um pick up on things that they really probably didn't intend you to pick up. And no, I have not. No, I haven't. Yeah, no, I get that too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like I don't think there's many people on this planet that could do that actually. Yeah, I agree too. Exactly. The little I know of you, you'll hate it, and if you don't, well, what can I say? Did I say that? I don't know if I said that, my dude. Um, now Moore is attempting to break into film business on his own with an original project. Props to him for the original project, starring Tom Burke, and directed by Mitch Jenkins. The fantastical adventure set in Moore's hometown in Northampton follows a man searching for a stolen artifact. I don't. Is that how you spell artifact? I don't think that's how you spell it. You're talking about that. Okay, sorry, I didn't follow. My bad. I did not follow. Yes, it's artifact with an I, right? I was like, I'm not the greatest. By the way, deadline, not a good look. Not a good look to have a misspelling in your exclusive interview. Um, yeah. See, that's the thing. Is they do have a tendency to do that. And sometimes you can benefit from that, and sometimes it's good, it's just different from your work. It's more of an inspired vibe than being exactly like it. Oh my goodness, they use UK spelling. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. No. Oh, they use UK spelling. Oh my goodness. No. A journey that leads him into a surreal world of crime and mystery. Okay, go away. Go away, flashing thing. Go away. Moore, who tends to duck the limelight, gave a rare interview to Deadline this week to discuss the show, which has been something of a passion project for the writer. Him and his producers have kept it independent every step of the way, insisting on retaining creative control and rights to their own IP. Respect to that. After making several short films and now this feature, Moore has planned for a TV series based off the same characters and already has 4 to 5 seasons worth of material. Jesus Christ, 4 to 5 seasons. Oh my god. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a whole lot of shit right there. I also took the chance to ask him about retiring from comics in 2018, which his followers will be disappointed to hear. He seems friendly. Yeah, why would he go back to comics, guys? I'm serious. I'm really serious. Why on earth would he go back to comics? Shut. God damn. Project Storytime. Hush. Shush. 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 Um. Yeah, I mean, honestly, why would he? I really don't. Comics industry is burning right now. As well as take on the current world of blockbuster superhero films, which he has been in. I can say it in my brain. I can't say it at the moment. An unfortunate fact, or whatever. I know what it means. inadvertent factor. Yes, okay, we're fine. Safe to say he is not a fan. He's also not a fan of the current UK or US political regimes. Is anybody a fan of the current political environment? Particularly Donald Trump or the National Socialist Suma, as more refers to him. That's a writer for you. Yeah, we sometimes get up to like 24 episodes, so. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it came back. The must-read story. Okay, great. We're gonna have to be doing that. That's lovely. Oh my goodness. You know what? We're just stuck with it. We are stuck with it, guys. The show would have premiered at SXSW. That's okay. It's something. Earlier this year, but following Austin's event's cancellation, is headed to Spanish genre festivals. I am going to butcher that word, where it will debut online October 8th before a physical screening on October 12th. Protagonist Pictures is handing world sales. I've never heard of them. It's not really a big surprise because it's a film festival. Okay, advertisement, go away. I'm not showing you. So, hi, Alan. What's your lockdown experience in Northampton been like? What a depressing first question. Me and my wife. Oh my god. Incorrect grammar, Alan. Incorrect grammar. How fucking dare you? Me and my wife Melinda are still effectively living in effectively living? Effectively living. There's something wrong with this sentence and I can't figure it out. Very strange. Very okay. It sounds weird when I say it out loud, but it's still weird when I'm reading it. Me and my wife Melinda are still effectively living in late February. It's about the same temperature. Odd, very odd sentence. We are ignoring all advice from the government because we don't think they have our best interests at heart. No comment there. We're just doing what we think is most sensible thing, maintaining distancing, having our stuff delivered. We haven't seen or touched anybody in the last 6 months. Man, I don't. There's a joke in there somewhere. On the other hand, we're finding that we're closer to people, even though we haven't seen them in the flesh for ages. He's a weird one. I know I said that before, but his way of expressing his thoughts are very strange. Seen them in the flesh for ages. Usually, somebody would say, we haven't seen them in person in ages. Seen them in the flesh. It was just a really weird way of saying it. Oh my gosh, am I gonna have to I'm gonna have to start speaking Alan more and decipher this. We're spending a lot more time calling up and reading stories to our grandchildren, which is a lot of fun. Okay, that's good. Being good to your grandchildren. Well done. Things that we didn't find the time for back when the world was trundling ahead. Yeah, weird wordage. Yes, we miss everybody, but at the same time, I can see different sorts of bonds forming. We will keep informed by listening to proper doctors and scientists. Strange. Just it feels. I don't know how to describe it, but when I'm reading this out loud, it feels weird in my mouth. I don't know how else to describe it. I know that sounds weird, but that's how it feels. It's very strange. I'm not so interested in comics anymore. I don't want anything to do with them. God, that's so cold. It's like ice. It's pure ice. Holy shit. Oh my god, that is like pure ice. I've been doing comics for 40 something years and I finally retired. I mean, that's a decent That's a really long time to do something. Like, imagine doing something for 40 years. Just that one thing for 40 years of your life. And apparently over 40 years. Like, that's a long time. That's a long time to do something. When I entered the comics industry, the big attraction was that this was an. I misread that. Well, I'm saying, like, it's a weird thing to say. Like, you don't just normally say, "Hey, I see people. I'm going to go head over to my friend's house today to see them in the flesh. I haven't seen them in the flesh for the long time." It's strange. It's a strange thing to say. Okay, I'm gonna try to read it off of here now because, like, that's annoying me. I had been doing, so we've been doing it for about 40 something years, which is insane to me. The idea of doing something for 40 years is just, that's crazy. When I entered the comic books industry, the big attraction was that this was a medium that was vulgar and had been created to entertain working class people, particularly children. Jesus Christ. Let me see, 40 something years in 2018. So that was back in the 80s. Is that what he's saying? 70s, 80s is when he was in comics, when he first started. That's kind of an elitist attitude. It was for the working class people. Like, wow, that's so elitist. Holy shit. And oh, it's for children. Adults can't do this. Well-educated adults cannot possibly enjoy comics. Yeah, very strange way to look at that. The way the industry has changed, it's graphic novels now. Oh my god. It's entirely priced for the audience of middle-class people. Okay. I have nothing against middle-class people, but it wasn't meant to be a medium for middle-aged hobbyists. It was meant to be a medium for people who haven't got much money. It probably is. Maybe that is. Actually, I didn't know. Is Alan Moore? I looked this up last night. Is he? Maybe I miss. He's English. Okay. All right. That explains it. Maybe that's why it doesn't sound weird to you. The way he talks is kind of different. Like this is so that's probably why it sounds totally normal to you, Colin. Because well, I don't live in Britain. I don't live in England. I don't like live over there. So the everyday how people speak every day over there is obviously going to be different than Americanized English and how like we speak. And it's even more different when you go to different parts. So I live obviously in Texas, which is different than how people frame things and say things in general up in like New York City, for instance. There's like a basic, damn it. Look, I already knocked over my water bottle one time. Well done. But it's still how to put this. It's still just there's a basic Americanized English. And I guess I never really thought about it, but yeah, I guess there's a basic British English version. Check your American privilege. God damn it. America, the greatest country on this planet. Yes. Deadline. I have actually no idea. I thought Deadline wasn't UK, but maybe it is. We shall look up Deadline. No, it's just an online news site. Oh, it's what Deadline Hollywood is. No, I think it's just an online one. But it might be the person who wrote this might be British. No, I'm no. I don't know. I really don't know. We do. I think honestly we do have different ways of talking. We live in different countries. Obviously, we would have slight variations on it. Like people in Mexico and people in Spain do not speak the same way, same Spanish language. Like um, there's I took Spanish, and there's a formal version of we that they taught us that people in Spain use. Um, that people in Mexico would not use. Is it vosotros? No, I don't think it's vosotros. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's like a formal way to say y'all. I think no, it's a formal. Is it a formal you? No, I thought it was a formal version to say we. It's been a long time since I took a Spanish class, but they had this formal way of saying either. I think it might be you now that I'm thinking about it, but it's just a little thing that they don't do everywhere. Like America and Britain have different ways of spelling things. Like y'all add a U in randomly. um, yeah, no, it's just it's interesting. It's interesting reading this because it's so it's not super obvious that it's different. It's like the subtleties, but the subtleties make it more obvious. I don't know how else to put it. Um, but yeah. Okay. Is it okay? Now I have to. I distracted myself. Yes. Okay. So it is vosotros. It's the formal version of you. Yeah. Yeah. It's the formal version of you. Um, I think so. Yep. I learned. Yes. Ha. I know things. Well, to be fair, very few people actually speak the Queen's English that Her Majesty does. Two is an informal for yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this, like just saying in the flesh is like it sounds almost morbid when I say it like that instead of in person. It's the exact same phrase, just one word is changed, and it means the same thing, but it's so different because of that. That's so interesting. I know. I get fascinated by like the weirdest thing. Okay, so he apparently he doesn't like comics because it went from being for people who didn't have a whole lot of money to the middle class. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. How dare you? How dare you introduce a linguistic squirrel into my stream? How dare you? All right, here it go. Most people equate comics with superhero movies now. Well, kind of hard to not. That adds another layer of difficulty for me. I haven't seen a superhero movie since. Oh my goodness, he hasn't seen The Dark Knight. All right, guys, we have to cancel Alan Moore. It has to be done. He has not seen The Dark Knight. It has to be done. He can't. Nope. He can't be allowed to continue on. The man must be canceled. He has not seen my favorite superhero movie of all time. So rude. Okay, well, now I gotta know. Look up Blighted. Oh! That's a bit rude. He's calling superhero movies a disease. Holy shit. Oh my god. I didn't think blighted. Blighted seemed like such a happy word. It's not. It's wow. That's a whew, that's insane. Holy hell. Blighted. Superheroes have blighted the movie industry. In a way, superhero movies have kind of led to a big, like, CGI fest of nonsense. Do you remember in the 2010s? Y'all remember the 2010s when it was just like every movie had like a blue space cannon like shooting up into the sky. Do y'all remember that? It's just like this giant cannon thing that just shooting blue light whatevers up into the sky. What a weird. I don't think it's also blighted culture to a good degree. Damn. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, didn't he say like superhero movies aren't actual movies? You know, when you say that and like superhero movies are making more than you just come off like a jealous petty bitch. That's all you come off as. Um, maybe not a good choice on that. Um, like if they would explain themselves. Mm, no, no, he doesn't. There's, I mean, a lot of people who are involved in the entertainment industry don't though. So I mean, that is like the least surprising thing for me to hear. You know, it's like, eh. Several years ago, I said I thought it was a really worrying sign that hundreds of thousands of adults were queuing up to see creators that were created 50 years ago to enter. Did he just make us superhero movies are for children, lol? Did he just do that? Is that what he just told me? Did he just fucking say that to me? Alan, Alan, stop. Stop while you're ahead. I'm not even halfway done with this article. Stop while you're ahead. Hey, I ate McDonald's the other fucking day. I'll have you know. And don't you love it when people pretend to be smart? That's hilarious. I love it. It like they use all these words and they sprinkle like word salad over like a phrase and they think they're like the most intelligent person on the planet. Ugh, gotta love god complexes. That seemed to speak some kind of longing to escape from the complexities of the modern world and go back to a nostalgic remember almost fucking like almost fucking almost fucking like entertainment is escapism. What a weird, bizarre concept. It's almost like that's what we're fighting to get back is escapism because human beings need escapism. If you put human beings and keep pushing them down and keep punching them down and just like unloading all of this garbage, it's just reminding us of our everyday lives and not letting us take a break for 5 seconds to just enjoy life, you know, and escape from it. It's it's like that's not a good thing to put somebody through. Annoying, very annoying. Holy shit, that's annoying. That's a really, really obnoxious thing to say. Also, a very strange thing to say, considering, you know, you made this and it got made into a movie and it became such a fucking phenomenon that pretty much everyone knows what V for Vendetta is. And if you show a Guy Fawkes mask, they know where it comes from. Like, I get there's an oversaturation of superhero movies right now. Totally get that. Totally cool thing to say. Being like, well, well, you know what? I don't like the fact that there's adults who like All right. My internet died. My internet died. God damn it. Oh, my internet's been like really fucked up over the last. I'm entering like a year of this internet company I've been with. So, you know what? Not that surprising. Not that surprising at all. All right. So, I'm going to have to re-get all of this stuff. So, and also I did see, I saw what my face looked like when it froze. I look like I just smelled something bad. That's hilarious. Yeah, because yeah, I kind of nuked myself into oblivion by doing that. Oh my god, no, I'm okay, guys. My internet just decided to die for some reason. I don't know why. Um. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. I don't think this planet could handle two of me. It can barely handle one of me. So, I don't know how much y'all heard, and I don't know what I was saying, so I'm just gonna move on. Um. Oh yeah, I think it's stupid that a guy who like made his fame off of superheroes is now complaining about the people who have the money, which are the adults in the conversation, um, are paying him to go see these things and to like his shit. I don't know. Strange. Very strange. Oversaturation in the superhero industry. Yeah, well, super in the movie industry, there is a oversaturation of superheroes, superhero movies. I do believe that, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to get fatigued, and then no one's going to want to hear about them forever. It's already happening. So, all right, I'm going to move on because I have no idea what the hell I was saying. Oh, holy shit. You see, it seemed dangerous and it was infantilizing the public. We're just getting roasted. We are getting our asses roasted by Alan Moore. Holy hell in a handbasket. This may be a coincidence, but in 2016, when the American elected a national socialist, what the fuck does this mean? What does this mean? Oh, it's a tangerine. Wait, does he think Donald Trump's a socialist? Yeah, I gotta say that's a new one. I have never heard someone claim that Donald Trump's a socialist. That's new. That's new. Interesting. Interesting. Fascinating. Weird. But apparently it means tangerine. We have learned something today, guys. Boys, we have learned that Satsuma means tangerine. I feel like I've heard that in an anime. I just didn't know what it was. Sorry, I'm just trying to get past the fact that he thinks Donald Trump's a socialist. That's so weird. Like, I have never heard of that before. And they go after him like all the time. But no, I figured. Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah, the chat's delayed. My bad. Forgot the chat's delayed. Thank you for your input. Thanks, Loki, for your input. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That took me so off guard. Oh, oh, oh my god. Okay. Anyway, all right, we're good. And the UK voted to leave the Europe. They still haven't, by the way. They still haven't done that. Y'all need to figure out. Y'all need to figure that shit out. Oh, Thank you for that, Colin. Got you. So he's calling him one of them. Calling him one of them. Okay. I have never in my life heard someone describe Trump like that. That is such a bizarre. That's so bizarre. Huh. He when he came up with that, he was so proud of himself because he thought it was like the peak levels of like an intellectual insult. That's the funniest thing. Okay, all right, very strange. All right, six of the top highest. Okay, wait, hold on a second. In 2016, he's saying this, by the way, guys. So in 2016, this is very very fascinating detective work here. Um, UK decides to piece out the European Union, and America elected Trump in 2016. And the top six of the of the top 12 highest grossing films, and that six of them, half of them, were superhero movies. I'm gonna go with coincidence. What a weird thing to pair with. That doesn't mean anything. That literally means absolutely fuck all. That doesn't that Yeah, those two things happened at the same time. There's also another thing that people use. I used to when I was younger, I wanted to become a detective or go into the FBI, and so I took some classes. And something that they said about things like this was just because two things are happening at the same time doesn't mean they're related to each other. I know there's a certain phrase, but I can't remember what it is. But the example they would use is in the summertime, crime goes up, but at the same time, in summertime, ice cream sales go up, which means that according to those two statistics, um, ice cream is the leading cause of crime. So that means absolutely nothing. Those two events happening at the same time, that doesn't mean anything. Correlation doesn't equal causation. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was correlation something. Thank you so much, Colin. Whew. Yeah, that is frustrating. That's really frustrating because he seems pretty smart. It's just, that is not a good way to go about life with that kind of thought process. Not to say that one causes the other, but okay. Not to say that one is causing the other. So why would you put that in together as if it does cause the other? Like phrasing it like that does make it sound like you're doing that. I think they're both symptoms of the same thing. A denial of reality and an urge for simplistic and sensational solutions. Well, I mean, so they're related. That's what you just said that. You can't say no, no. You don't get to say, well, I don't think they're related. I don't think they have anything to do with each other. By the way, they totally have something to do with each other. Yep, they do. 110% they're related. You don't get to say that in two sentences. You cannot do. No, no. Do not go and be hypocritical on that scale, right one after another. Right here for everyone to see. Don't do that. God, that's irritating. Like he tries to walk it back and then just plows on full steam ahead. Like, you clearly do think they have something to do with each other. You don't just bring up two random things. Also, with statistics that you just happen to have offhand and be like, well, these two events happen. So it doesn't mean that they're related, but they are totally related. Because if they're both symptoms of a singular thing, then they are related to each other because they are both symptoms of that thing. But if I have a runny nose, all right, and or if I have a stuffy nose and I'm coughing, those two things are related to each other because I'm sick. All right? Those two things are related because they are the result of something. Or they are the symptoms of something. What a stupid thing to say. Come on, more. You're better than this. Yeah, and then says that they're probably not related. It's probably a coincidence. Like he's being very wishy washy. It's very just God annoying. Everyone on some level is a hypocrite. Like I understand that. Like every single person has hypocritical views, but that's that's annoying. I find that's very irritating. So according to him, basically speaking, um, Brexit and Trump led to are related to superhero movies doing well. Or those were the best movies at the time, and nerd culture has boomed in popularity, which I'm pretty sure is totally not the reason he got out of nerd culture. Because nerd culture became big, he's has a huge part in nerd culture, and then all of a sudden he exits nerd culture. Mm-hmm. Remember how I was telling y'all? Keep in mind, counterculture. He's a counterculture dude. All right. When it becomes mainstream, he hates it. Ta-da! That's what I said. Yeah. No, I mean you just understand Brit. you just you just speak the Brits because you are a Brit. uh, and yeah, I do follow that. He's saying that Trump and Brexit are symptoms of a sickness he sees in our societies. Well, he better explain what that symptoms is, that sickness is, because a denial of reality and an urge for simplistic and sensational solutions is not. That's not telling me anything. He has to give me more than that. That's very vague. In fact, I would actually go on and say that's more symptoms. Like you are denying reality. We're following his thought, his thinking, right? So if you're denying reality and you are you have an urge for simplistic and sensational solutions, those are two symptoms. Those are not. That's not a cause, right? That's not like the source of the issue. Because then I have to ask. So basically, Trump and Brexit are symptoms of symptoms. He hasn't gotten to the root cause of it, which you can't solve a damn thing if you don't have the cause. Because you can solve all these symptoms, but if you don't have the cause, the symptoms are just going to come back in a different form. That's stupid. That's really dumb. You know, that's and also very vague and unhelpful in pretty much every sense of the word. It's not like, why are we denying reality? What's causing the denial of reality? Why do we have an urge for simplistic and sensational solutions? What is that? What is the reason for that? But he's just throwing more things at me. Like, I'm supposed to accept that's his thing. Like, no, you need to go into more detail. You don't just throw that out there into like the universe and just be like, yeah, we're good. I'm just going to walk away now. No, no, you got to know what the disease is. You got to know, and he doesn't know. So, God, that's so annoying. It's like when a window fractures, right? Or no, better thing. Like when a pipe freezes, like you can solve the pipe, like, or if a pipe bursts, that's a better one. If a pipe bursts, you can like tape it up and you can do that, but you got to know what happened to lead to that, and if you do not find the cause to why that happens, it will continue bursting. You know, don't treat the symptoms, like actually figure out what it is. He's just skating around the issue. Like that was absolutely nothing. That was a nothing. That was a nothing of two sentences. Yeah, symptoms of symptoms. Well done. Good job. That's God. That's so annoying. God, it makes me just want to smack my head against the wall. You said you feel responsible for how comics change. My dude, that is an impressive. Ooh, he's starting to make me mad. That is an impressively arrogant thing to say. I am the one. Me, myself, and I am the reason why comics have changed. It's like, no, I don't think it was just you. Get off that pedestal. Chill out for 1 second, all right? Chill out, all right? It's okay. It was largely my work that attracted an adult audience. V for Vendetta ain't attracting a fucking kid audience. You wrote shit for adults. Why are you like, oh, well, that attracted... Watchmen isn't something I would advise a kid to read. And I got through like 3 or 4 chapters of it. V for Vendetta, I wouldn't suggest anyone watch, fuck, I think the movie's rated PG-13. And I don't know what he defines as children. That kind of vary depending on who we're talking about here. That's just stupid. God, it's my fault. It's all my fault. Well, then don't write things for an adult audience. I don't know, like, and not just, okay, so it clearly wasn't just your work either. So if an adult audience was drawn to your work, then everyone else's work was also keeping them there. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Well, I drew them here, so it's all my doing. Yeah, well, just because you draw them there doesn't mean they're going to stay. Just because food smells good doesn't mean I'm going to eat it. All right? You have to give me something else. You know? Like those are the ones I know off my head. Interesting. See, comic books aren't exactly my strong suit, and when it comes to what I know, so that's interesting. I did not know that. But I look at his biggest works, and even if he wrote those later, like after he figured this out, it's like Watchmen and V for Vendetta are not for kids. They're just not. They're not for kids. Oh my god! You know it's really not for kids. This is really not for kids. Holy shit! This is not for kids. Oh my god! This is yeah, not really. Like this famous scene. Yeah, for kids, right? This is for kids. This is for kids, Alan. For kids, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, when Barbara Gordon gets shot, that's for kids. Oh yeah, that is true. Oh, hold on a second. I meant that's true. Holy shit! I'm struggling with this. This is really frustrating. Then don't write adult material. I would have been like the guy who wrote Joker complaining, it's comic book movies are for kids. Well, then why did you write it for an adult? I don't know. Anyway, It's largely my work that attracted an adult audience. It was a way that was commercialized. It was the way that was commercialized by the comics industry. There were tons of headlines saying that comics had grown up. All right. But other than a couple of particular individual comics, they really hadn't. Well, apparently adults liked them. Or else you wouldn't have so many adults right now that have comic books. Me being one of them. Just saying. Just a thought. This thing happened with graphic novels in the 1980s. People wanted to carry on reading comics as they always had, and they could now do it in public and feel sophisticated because they weren't reading a children's comic. It wasn't seen as subnormal. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever seen in my lifetime someone just reading a comic book openly. Like I read the Watchmen thing openly. I mean, it also looks more like a book, but like just a regular comic book, I don't think I've ever seen someone do that open. Maybe it's just because the comics were pretty much dying by the time I got around to them. But I'm just thank you. I've heard good things about that. I haven't actually watched any of the movies or anything, but I've heard things that seem like it'd be right up my alley. And from what I've heard, it doesn't seem like it would be something, Oh, God. You don't get the huge advances in adult comic books that I was thinking we might have, as witnessed by the endless superhero films. Like I said, I can pretty much agree with him on the fact that there's an oversaturation in the superhero market at the moment. But there's also kind of this phenomenon of they're going to keep doing it until people stop coming to see it. That's just how it works in Hollywood. Do y'all remember after The Dark Knight came out and like everything went grimdark for a while? Similar phenomenon to superhero movies, funnily enough. Until nerd culture goes back to being gets out of the spotlight, they're going to continue doing that. And I know it kind of sucks. I mean, the same thing is happening with Game of Thrones, right? So Game of Thrones happened, and like the phenomenon of what Game of Thrones was is occurring in the TV industry at the moment. Hell, what the MCU did, what the MCU did a lot more. What the MCU did. Remember, you don't remember the Dark Universe? I remember when they were gonna make that awful Mummy movie with Tom Cruise. Do y'all remember that? They were gonna make a whole thing about that, and they like set up like 12 movies in that movie. It's hilarious. And then of course DC tried to do what the MCU did, and it's just so they take on something that's really popular, and then they keep doing it to death until it's like really completely played out, and it's pretty clear they can't do it. Superhero movies are still making money. They're gonna continue doing it until they stop. And hello, Purple. Alan Moore's contribution to comic book history is a lot. Yes, I agree. He seems to be like a kind of a household name when it comes to comic books. His views on films made from his work has never changed. No, from what I've gathered, he really doesn't like his shit being changed to. He doesn't like his work adapted, which then begs the question why he allows it to be adapted. And so, to claim that he is the source of everything, that's exactly. I 110% agree with that. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Oh shit. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, it's total bullshit. Like I just oh my god, it's my fault. It's all me. How dare I? Like that's what I'm getting from him. It's just like even if he was the one to attract the audience, like I said, there had to be other things to keep people there because they couldn't just read his work and then that's it. You know, if that had been the case, I think Alan Moore would actually be a lot more well known than he already is. Right. Mm. Ooh, this should be interesting. What's your take on the comics industry now? I doubt the major companies will be coming out of lockdown in any shape at all. I mean, they've been limping around for a few years now, minimum few years. Um, yeah, no, I 110% agree. Yeah, he has a valid point about the future of the industry. I just don't like his head. Yeah, no, his arrogance about that. Like, it's a humble brag. That's the word I was looking the phrase I was looking for. He's humble bragging. So he's doing the whole, oh, well, I I I I did this thing that caused like a whole section of the population to get into this medium that no one else has done before. Bad me, so bad. He's humble bragging, and oof, uh, I love. I loathe the plebeians who enjoy comics. How dare the plebeians, the normal people, the common folk, enjoy comic books. Ugh. Oh, that's great. Mainstream comics industry is about 80. Oh shit, it is 80 years old. Oh, wow. Had a lot of pre-existing health conditions. Okay. All right. This phrase, this whole thing right here is gold. That is solid gold. That's hilarious. Well done. You said something clever and it wasn't, like Igmo from like the highest tier of stupids. It was clever. Well done. Uh, well done. Yay. Clap, everyone clap. He did a clever thing and it wasn't pretentious. Well done. Yay. Alan Moore didn't do something stupid. It tried to sound like he was clever. Yay. It was clever. He did it. He did it, guys. I'm so proud of him. Most of our look, I will learn how to speak English one day. Most of our entertainment industries have been a bit top heavy for a while. Yeah, when you have a bunch of guys that have way too much money and does have a tendency to get top heavy. Uh, huge corporations, business interests have so much money they can. Oh yeah, he says in the next sentence, have so much money they can produce these gigantic blockbusters of one sort or another that will dominate their markets. Oh my god, I actually agree with him. He's making good points. Oh my god, did his medicine kick in? What? Where was this in like the first portion of this article? I can see that changing and perhaps for the better. Yeah, no, I think the pendulum. In fact, the pendulum always does swing back. I just hope it hurries up because god damn it. Really sick and tired of just having nothing but bullshit. I can see a theater right here from where I'm sitting right here. I can see a movie theater and I'm sick and tired of not being able to go to it. A, because of fucking COVID, but B, because there's nothing to go to. There's nothing worth my money to go to see. Very annoying. It's too early to make an optimist. Alan Moore optimistic. Fascinating. Um, I don't know if I would ever in my life classify Alan Moore as being optimistic, but it's too early to make optimistic predictions. But you might hope that the bigger interests will find it more difficult to maneuver. Oh no, he did it. He did a British. He did a British. Oh no. I think that's maneuver. Sorry, he did a British. Oh, no. Oh my goodness. Uh, That word's sticking out to me. It's not highlighted, but it's like highlighted in my brain. Oh my goodness. And this new landscape, whereas the smaller independent concerns might find that they are a bit more adapted. Hmm. I agree. So, okay, we're gonna try to decipher. He went full Alan Morgan. Let's decipher. Um, so basically saying the guys with the big checkbooks are going to find it a bit more difficult to do movies, and the guys with the smaller checkbooks are going to be a bit better off. Oh, okay. I just what does that say that I immediately saw a misspelled word and thought it was a British thing? God damn it. That's hilarious. That's so Miller to Moore. 8 pounds of on I need to like watch and see Sin City because I remember when I was younger seeing commercials for it, and I love the black and white and red. That is beautiful. Well, if you know me, I kind of have a thing for red, black, and gray and white and all that kind of shit. So that's totally up my alley. Black and white with red accents. That's great. I love it. See, that kind of stylistic choice, I'm a sucker for. These times might be an opportunity for genuinely radical and new voices to come. Wait. I'll come into the fore in the app. Okay. It's short-lived, guys. Into the fore in the absence of yesteryear. I actually don't even know if I can figure out what the fuck you just said. I know. I haven't seen a lot of things. I understand. I get it. Okay. I understand. All right. I haven't seen a whole lot of things. I have seen the Saw movies like 20 times though. So, you know what? So, that's what I have to say. Let's see. What else do we got? Genuinely radical. I don't know if I want genuinely radical. And I'm hoping I don't know I don't know what he's trying to say here. He's either trying to say actually come into being, like actually exist, or they stop existing. And I'm kind of going with come into being, but I don't want radical. I don't want radicalness in my movies. Can we not do radical? Because when I think radical, I think political. Like the last thing I want in my movies is for things to be radically political. Because that's what everything else is doing at the moment. But if he's saying like new voices, like independent filmmakers, oh yeah, let's do that shit. I mean, they did it in comics. They're gonna end up doing it in books. Let's do it in film. Let's do it in TV shows. Let's do that. Hello. Hello. Let's see. Okay, so I did. All right, so I got that part right. Okay. Oh, I think he means the old will just. Well, I mean, that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, no one trusts the mainstream media for the most part. You know, YouTube has come in to be a primary competitor, which is why all the big companies are trying to make it YouTube more like them. That way, they don't have a competition. Like, what better way to get rid of your competition than to make them exactly like the thing they are going against? You know, corrupting it. That's a great tactic. So, all right. So the economic realities and the lack of support for the arts. Don't even get me started for the lack of support in art. Oh my god, I could rant about that for ages. God damn. They just don't give a fuck about the arts. They give a fuck about football jerseys. You know, that was actually in my hidden fees part at school of like my tuition. Literally in the hidden fees, it charged you for football jerseys. So the football team could get new jerseys. I got charged. I got charged for that. Yeah, that was great. Had nothing to do with the football team, but yeah, I got charged for that. It was great. Gotta love the hidden fees. But yeah, so but yeah, the art school. No, we had T buildings. We had temporary buildings for like 30 years at my art school. That's how much they gave a shit about my fucking. So don't get me started about no support for the arts. Oh my god, so obnoxious. I'm a normie when it comes to comic. Yeah, I relatively am too. Most of my knowledge comes from TV and movies. So what would Moore think of me? I don't know. I don't think he and I would get along very well. I really don't. No. Um, could hamper that. That is undeniable. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's pretty. Like the first thing that they will drop, like schools will drop, is like the art programs. They'll keep the athletics because the athletics always they bring in money, but they will also drop the athletics that don't bring in money. So you will never see a school drop a football team over an art program ever. Not at all. They will never do it. More, that is undeniable. I'm talking in the long term. There's going to be an awful lot of economic pain for everybody before this is over. Yep. I'm not even sure that it ever will technically be over. There's some things I don't want to go back to normal or quote unquote what normal was. Do y'all remember when it all started and like they were showing how gross everything was? Like, oh, we're cleaning planes after every flight now. Oh, we're cleaning buses regularly. Oh, we're cleaning this regularly. You know, all these things you thought they cleaned regularly and it just grossed you out. Yeah, I don't want things to go back to how not cleaning things regularly. Like, don't do that. Like, just don't be gross. Don't be gross. There you go. That's something to learn from the pandemic. Until we've reached a better stage of equilibrium, whatever that turns out to be, when that was attained, I hope that we would see a different landscape culturally. Like I said at the beginning, the two newest movies I have seen that are not pushed back movies that I already knew about. Oh no, I saw the trailer for Fat Man. That looks hilarious. But the two movies I see, one has to do with the Me Too movement, and one looks like it looks like Ocean's 8 had a really misandrous sister. So that's what 355 looks like. Ugh, God, good on you, Hollywood. Gotta appreciate someone who doesn't learn their lesson. Do you watch no super movies at all, or what? What about something a bit offbeat like Joker? You wrote a key Batman comic book. Oh Christ, no! I don't watch any of them. Oh my God, no. Oh my goodness, no. I can't do that. I'm above that. All these characters have been stolen from their original creators. All of them. What an interesting way. What a fascinating. Okay, stop it. No, no, I don't want sponsored. What a fascinating way. Hmm? I know, I know, I know, I know. I know. I understand. I get it. I know. It's just like I believe the art. I believe art programs are just as important to people as sports programs, and it really hurts when you get treated like you don't matter. But your football team absolutely fucking sucks, and they get all the money. It really fucking hurts. It does. Again, we were in temporary buildings. with barely functioning AC. Might I remind you? It's not fun. It's not. It doesn't give you a good sense that your university gives a shit about you. But anyway, so it's very interesting to have him come out as all of these characters have been stolen from their original creators. Like, that's what he views as people who didn't create these things. Like, anyone who has been involved, like, who wasn't the original creator for a character, is stolen from them. That's so fascinating. No wonder he hates his movies being made, his work being made in the movies. He considers that stealing. Like they stole it from him. That's so interesting. I've never heard of someone having this kind of point of view, because people know who the original creator was, and like no one thinks that somebody steals that character. It's like, oh, they did this character, and they did this oh, what's it, like an arc. Like this arc of this character, and it was really good. Um, or they really like the art of the character that was drawn. It's so it's interesting. That was like, does he want everybody to just make their own shit and not touch anyone else's work? That's pretty much impossible in comic books. Huh. No, what I'm oh, hold on a second. No, wait, there you go. The chat jumped on me. No, what I'm talking about is you don't have to disinfect everything all the time. I'm just saying, like, things I thought were regularly happening as far as cleaning goes was weren't happening, and that grossed me out. Um, so I don't. Maybe I'm like the only one, but yeah. Mm. I mean, everyone was like hyper cleaning when this all started, and I've cut back on that. I mean, I still do. I mean, I obviously do regularly clean, but that's just something I do in general. But I'm talking like everyone was wiping everything down, like all the time, which is why there was like no Lysol anything for a while. Let's see. Or a great writer. Well, he's not winning a whole lot of points, although I do think he said something really clever about the comic book industry and COVID. I thought that was really clever. These two areas. Yeah. He kind of is a hipster, isn't he? He kind of is. Maybe more of a hippie. I don't know. Hipster seems like, I don't know if I describe him as a hipster. Maybe a hippie. He's just too old to be doing whatever this is that he's doing. Yeah, that's a great point. I was about to actually bring that up, and they do bring it up, which is hilarious. He wrote a key Batman book. Yeah, everyone generally knows what the Killing Joke is. Oh, really? Watchmen weren't original characters? And then, of course, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he didn't come up with those stories. He didn't come up with that. It's In the case of Marvel films, Jack Kirby, the Marvel artist. No, I know who Jack Kirby. Thank you. I know who Jack Kirby is. Thank you. I have no interest in superheroes. They were a thing that invented in the late 30s for children. And they were perfectly good as children's entertainment. But if you try to make them for the adult world, then I think it becomes kind of grotesque. Okay, is he talking about like the strictest sense of superheroes, superheroes have evolved, and most mediums are things do in general. They'll evolve. Like I personally think superhero movies need to stop kind of doing the Marvel formula because there is a very kind of not strict but obvious formula that Marvel movies, generally speaking, follow. I think they need to get away with that. Um, because as far as most people are aware of, Marvel kind of ended in Endgame, and they're going to have to fight against everyone kind of stopping giving a shit about the MCU after Endgame. Um, so they're gonna have to take risks, and they're gonna have to bring in different subgenres of superhero movies, and one of those is superhero movies and horror, which is obvious. I know. I mean, come on. I know no one would ever expect this. I'm actually really into horror. And I think superhero movies really need to take advantage of the horror genre because it's perfect to put superheroes in because superhero fights have a tendency to be very toned down in the MCU movies. Whereas like you can have really horrifying like Venom, for instance, that's a horror movie. Just the Venom is a horror kind of character. Um and you can really make that a thing, but they don't really touch it. You know, they had that whole Batman thing where it's like the Batman who laughs, and what is it, the Metalverse, I think, which kind of looked really, really cool. I could have that. They really could have like really go into these subgenres of superheroes, and kind of like how Ant-Man was kind of like that heist thing. You know, that's kind of subgenre. It's not like the outright MCU formula. It's yeah, I know, right? I don't know the order of what he wrote things in, um, but yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it? That he wrote really he's going God he's going against everything he said. I think I've spent like 15 minutes on this paragraph, but it's so to make them for the adult world. I don't get it. Like, does he think what he wrote was for children? I'm actually concerned now. I'm actually concerned if he has children himself. Because like did he really think that any like I said, the three ones that I have, like right here, you know, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and Killing Joke. The top three that come to my mind. Not even to mention League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But why the fuck would you write that and expect children to watch that? You know, I don't know. I don't know. And League of Extraordinary Gentlemen did not. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen did not come from his own characters. Like, those are his own versions of the characters, but Dorian Gray was not invented by Alan Moore, okay? All of them are based off of legends and stories that we all know and love. It's so frustrating. And The Killing Joke, one of his most well-known works, not his own characters. So what is he blabbering about? What is this? Is he talking about the strictest sense of superheroes? Like 1930s Superman? Again, things evolve. Things have to evolve. Because people evolve and culture evolves. And if things don't evolve and adapt, they die. Okay? That is kind of how nature works. Not to be like really dark, but yeah, adapt or die. That's why a lot of these stores you'll see closing out. Yeah, and they're dying. These dying like store chains close out. The movie theaters, obviously, at this point, kind of being a that's kind of a whole separate issue. But if you don't learn how to live in the current time period, it kind of melts away. It kind of fades away into existence. Like the survival of the fittest is a very much it's pretty much a universal concept, and I don't get it. So frustrating. I don't understand, and I wish he would explain why he then why he then did what he did for the comic book industry. He was saying is most of his output has been for adults. He's saying that a child level character into adult okay. Okay, why did he do the killing joke? Why? Why? Why did he do that then? Why did he do that then? That completely destroys his argument is the fact that he did the killing joke. Why did he do that then? God damn it. And clearly it does work, you know? Clearly it does work. Obviously, New Mutants, not a good example, but The Dark Knight is a great example of that. Killing Joke, good example of that. You can do characters in a more adult setting that were originally made for children, you know. But it has to be the right character, and you have to do it correctly. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna go watch like an adult Teletubbies movie. That would be really fucking bizarre. Okay, very strange. Let's see. Oh no, it's an ad. Oh no. All right, we're gonna escape the ad. Oh, God damn it. Oh, oh shit. Oh, that's hilarious. I feel like they just totally Alan Meat bust. This is Alan still speaking, by the way. I've been told the Joker film wouldn't exist without my Joker story. Yes, I know what Joker story. Thank you. But 3 months after I'd written that, I was disowning it. Yes, it was. By the way, it was. I'm very disappointed in it. I mean, that is too. When I say for children, for adults, it's like the most general sense of that term. Obviously, parents have to decide on an individual level what they think their child could handle. Um, like on the most general level. That's what I'm talking about. And wow, it was far too violent. It was Batman, for Christ's sake. It's a guy dressed as a bat. Whew, whew. Uh, Increasingly, I think the best version of Batman was Adam West. Agree to disagree, which it didn't take seriously. We have a new kind of superhero character in the show, but if we get the chance to develop him more, then people will be able to see all characters have quite unusual aspects. Did he just? Oh my god, he just plugged. He plugged his show. He disowned his past work and plugged his show all in like the same paragraph. Oh my god. Does he hate himself? I'm actually serious. Does he really actually hate himself? I'm starting to get the feeling he does. I think he's one of these really self-hating artists. Now, I understand a little bit of self-hatred, a little bit of self-critique, self-criticism. Yeah, every artist does that, and really everybody should do that. Um, but holy hell, I it seems like he's stuck in like this personal bias, and maybe because he hated his own like comic book, The Killing Joke. It's almost like because he hated it, he just applies that feeling to every other thing that is somewhat like that. Interesting. God, that's interesting. I mean, Adam West's Batman has it's its own version of Batman, kind of by itself and similar to that. But Batman did grow to be a darker character. That's kind of how it evolved to be, to the point that that's how he's viewed now, as a darker character. Um, and the Adam West Batman seems foreign to those of us who especially grew up on that kind of on especially like the modern day Batman. Hmm. Oh yeah, I've heard that. Does he know why the Joker was? Yeah, I've heard about that. That was the inspiration. I mean, I'm not surprised. Inspiration can come from all sorts of things. Um, let's see. Da, 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 da. Hasn't cinema always been a form of escapism? Oh my god, thank you, Deadline. Thank you, because I was asking the same question. Sometimes it was. Sometimes it was. All art forms are potentially, but they can be used as something other than escapism. Okay? Alright. Think of all the films that have really challenged assumptions, films that have been difficult to take on board, disturbing in their messages. Same goes for literature. But these superhero films are too often escapism. Okay. Escapism can exist. This is what I'm getting from him. Escapism can exist, and that's fine. And every art form can be escapism. However, um, films should also be able to do these other things, like challenging things. They do occasionally. Occasionally, a film comes along and they do challenge the status quo. Art has a tendency to kind of be a leader in that challenge of the status quo. Um, but I don't understand. Superhero films are too often escapism. So he wants them to challenge the stuff. How did he not? Funny. I think he actually would like Joker. Isn't that funny? Because Joker kind of challenged the status quo of movies. It went back to an era that people had not seen in a long time. How it was shot, just how it was done. Isn't that ironic that a modern day superhero movie does exactly what he's pretty much saying, and he refuses to watch it because he looks down on all of them? God, that's great. That's poof. Gotta love irony. Gotta love the gotta love a lack of self-awareness. Regards to the show, I think it's an interesting case in point. I am known perhaps a bit unfairly for creating dystopias. Would you say that's an unfair assessment of Alan Moore as he creates dystopias? Hmm. What do you think, chat? Do you think he's Alan Moore of all people creating is known for creating dystopias? Yes. That's not all he's known for. I think that's unfair to say that's all he's known for, but a lot of his work has to do with dystopias. Oh, hold on a second. I think I've done one or two, but the rest are just my reflections on the world as I see it. Which does not mean it's not a dystopia. By the way, just because it's a reflection of the world as you see it does not negate it being a dystopia. That's not mutually exclusive. God, that's hilarious. With the show, it could very well be argued that it's actually set in a dystopia. I don't think I'm known for writing dystopias. Jesus Christ. I don't think I'm known for writing dystopias, but the latest work that I'm doing is actually a dystopia. Okay. Maybe, maybe not, maybe. Self-awareness is a beautiful thing, isn't it? And that Northampton is the first British town in something like 35 years to collapse to. Oh shit. Rip Northampton. Holy hell. We went into special measures in the early month of 2018. Fuck. We can only afford skeleton services. Oh my goodness. We're not talking about breaking it up into two different voting areas, which I imagine will make it conservative until the end of time. I know y'all have different versions of conservative and y'all's in Britain, so I can't remember off the top of my head what the party is, like what the party stands for over there. There are a lot of failed social visions, mismanagement, but the imaginary life of the town, it has odd little pockets of surrealism and bizarreness that are still there, same as they've ever been, that are coming into the fore as Northampton's waking reality has been so disjointed. The show is an absurd fantasy on a number of levels. An awful lot of it is true. The town really is odd-looking. Kind of an interesting way to be inspired, you know? An economic black hole. Fuck. So, it went bankrupt? Is that what he's saying? I need a British person to confirm, because the only Northampton I know is not in Britain, so. Oh, hey, carbon times. What is going on? Oh, rip. Oh, rip Northampton, I guess. Oof. That's kind of a bummer, isn't it? That's really kind of a bummer. Although they could use the odd-looking version of the town to, like, make themselves unique against everyone else and make it into, like, a tourist area. Just a thought. Oh, we get a little sneak preview of the show. In retirement, are you still creating? Do you still write? Well, I've only retired from comics. Fair. I'm finishing off a book of magic right now. What? A book of magic. Okay. Weird. I don't like an actual book of magic? Huh. Interesting. It's been stalled for a while, but I'm also working on an opera, which okay, he's just into a lot of which I respect. I mean, I do like all different types of art forms. I appreciate it and I really like it. Like any, music, cooking, there's so many different types of art out there. And I do like doing them all, so I understand him wanting to not just be an author, but to also be other things besides that. He's a wizard. Your favorite subject? I don't know. Is that good? Is that a good, like, you really like Alan Moore? Oh, he has said some things. Oh, he has said some things, my friend. He has said some things. Oh my goodness. And if any of y'all want to read this for yourselves, or anyone who is late that wants to go back and, you know what? Actually, just go back and watch. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go and look in my description and read it for yourself. Just go back and watch. Just watch my stuff. That's all you have to do. No problem at all. Uh, yeah, he has said some things in this article that make me angry. Really make me angry. This article actually came out yesterday morning specifically. La 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 la. He has some short stories coming out, and of course, he's been thinking a lot about what he wants to do after the show feature film, which apparently is coming out in October. Well, did he say October? I think he said it was October. But you have to also remember this interview was not done yesterday. It was released yesterday. Oh, no. No. Never make me mad. Never. Bad. Bad idea. Always a bad idea to piss me off. Always. Let's see. It's an interesting looking set, you know. It is kind of whimsical looking. I like the light. It's kind of charming. Hmm. Yeah, I think it said October, didn't it? Right? Hold on. Let me scroll. Scrolling. Na, 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 na. Where did he say? When did he say it was coming out? Okay, so it's debuting on. Oh shit! It came out 2 days ago online, and they have a physical screening in a couple days. Hmm. Okay, well, interesting. I thought it was October, but it seemed weird to have this interview after it had already come out. But you have to remember when they do these interviews, they don't immediately put them up. All right. Okay, we are back. We are back with our friend Must Read Stories that will not leave us alone. Okay. We hope it's that it's enjoyable as a thing in itself, but to some degree, it could be seen as an incredibly elaborate plot episode. We think that's quite an interesting story that we could develop out of it as a TV series. Fucking hell. Which would imaginatively be called The Show. Clever. Yeah, he said this before. He's worked out 4 to 5 seasons of potential episodes. We're sure he's not okay. So not just okay. So it could possibly be this, but he's written out 4 to 5 seasons, which you wouldn't do unless you had some kind of guarantee that it was probably going to end up happening. Because why would you bother 4 to 5 seasons? That's insane. We're showing that around to people to see how it goes, and if there should be any interest, I am prepared to launch myself into that. We're not asking for a huge amount of money. We're just asking for control over the work and ownership over the work. Again, this is one of those things that I actually do agree on. Um, is him having control over his own IP. You know, more power to him. As a creative myself, or as an artist myself, I totally understand the need to have like this thing I created is mine. Like this is mine. You know, it's kind of a possession because you kind of like birth it into the world, and it's kind of like this is like my kid type of thing. It's kind of hard to explain, um, but I understand. If that is something people are prepared to give us, we have no problem with people asking money out of it. What we have got a problem with is okay. What we haven't got a problem with is us losing our rights to the ownership of the material and having the work interfered with in any way. Okay, fair enough. There are some people that are like that, that don't want that. You know, there's no like in an adaptation. There's nothing, and he's had enough times where he's been kind of fucked over in his own eyes. Even though people enjoy what happens out of them, like out of the adaptations of his work, um, he doesn't enjoy it. And at the end of the day, that does matter. Um, Obviously, that's going to matter a lot more to him than a bunch of people actually enjoying it. Um, Sounds like the kind of thing Netflix might. Oof, oof, no, 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 more. That is an awful no. Don't go the Netflix route. But retaining your IP might be an issue. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, if you go Netflix, they're going to want to interfere. That's what they're going to want to do. Ugh. Ideally, Netflix would probably be the best platform for that, ironically enough. But they're going to want to get in on it. They're not going to want to just stand idly by and just let him do whatever he wants, right? Because if they're going to give him a platform, they're going to give him money, they're going to want a little something else out of it too. So, yeah. We shall see. There are options. All we need to do is own our IP. I don't know how we're going to do this, like on a big platform in this day and age. Is it weird that I think YouTube might be his option? Cobra Kai did that. Cobra Kai did that. I think YouTube might be his option. Isn't that funny? But that's why it has taken us so long to get to the feature film stage and to get 5 short films made previously. Ah, shit. Jesus. I really don't have any interest in writing for movies or television per se. It has to be on my terms, which I think are fair ones. Whew, I don't know. That attitude is not going to be something that a lot of studios are going to want to play with. What? What do you mean? Really? Really? Oh, are they shutting down the YouTube Red or YouTube whatever? Are they really shutting that down? It's not the smartest move they've ever done. I mean, YouTube. I've got no problem with other people making money from those works. So, he has a very interesting point of view when it comes to create like IPs. He wants all control over it. He doesn't care if he makes money off of it. Huh. That's a pure creative right there. Interesting. Fair to say you've earned that right. I think so. All right, well, why make the shorts first? When we were trying to get this made, some people wanted us to make a short film that would later be made into a feature film. As soon as it was announced that I was doing any sort of film, there was suddenly a lot of interest in it. Oh, woe is me. Oh my goodness. People said it could be a short that turned into a feature and a TV series like This Is England. I don't know what that is. I guess it was something that similarly happened. I realized that I realized without changing it, I could open up the story. It could become a much bigger narrative. Yeah. If you make a really good, only way you'd be able to do that is if you world builded really, really well, and he's pretty good at world building. So, you know. Okay. I don't know why they do that. That's very strange. Especially after the success of Cobra Kai, that makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Huh. Yeah, he's good at world building, so I'm not really that worried about this. When I think you go too far in making something a bigger narrative is like, good example, Fantastic Beasts 2. I didn't need to know that Nagini, Voldemort's snake, was a woman that permanently turned into a snake. That's weird. That makes every scene with those two together now very strange. I didn't need to know that. And yet you showed it to me anyway. Thank you. Yeah, that's too far. That's too much. Like, you need to stop. Um, but if this is a brand new thing, it could. He just has to be careful, but I got some faith in his work at least. I think the budget for Cobra Kai was getting too big. Oh yeah, it's on Netflix now. Yeah, yeah, they're only Google. It's only Google that owns YouTube. Google, a very small business. No one really knows about them. Yeah, them. Yeah, very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. So use the shorts to attract the feature film finance. Not a bad. I mean, he has the name recognition, which pretty much just gives him. It's very easy for him to get money because he has that name recognition. It's all about that. The BFI. I don't know what that is. The BFI nobly gave us just over £1 million. Good lord, if we could, if we could get someone to match that, we're just gonna give this money if someone can match that. Okay. It went on for a few years with various partners getting involved, but not being able to work out the financial details. Yeah, £1 million is a bit of a thing, bit of a hurdle to overdo. I was coming to the end of my rope, and then we heard. Is he really not? Very strange. It's not very often you come across a celebrity like him that has his kind of status that really doesn't have a whole lot of money, maybe even willingly. He doesn't really, and I'm kind of somewhat like this, but I know I have to pay the bills, so um, he's one of these types of artists that doesn't give a shit about the money aspect in any capacity, like at all. And I'm kind of similar in that way, but I do know I have to make ends meet and pay everything. So it's kind of the struggle there, right? I have to make money to live, but so that I can continue doing the things I love. You know. Then we heard the financing was in place, and we had so he was at the end of his rope, and then magically he had £3 million. Oh my god! I wish that would happen to me. I just having a really shitty time financially, and just magically out of the blue, poof, £3 million exists. It's like, oh, okay. It's like must be nice. That's what I was talking about with the name recognition. That's pure money as it is. We started on schedule, but I noticed that there seemed to be a lot of the investors gathering around the director in the early days of the film. Can't imagine why. Maybe because they put money into it and they kind of, it's like the people who pay money into, it's like the parents that are on the board of an athletic team and their kids on the team. And so they're kind of all crowding around the coach, trying to make sure that they put in all this money and they want to make sure their kid gets on the field. Maybe one of those. Ah, British film. I should have put that together. I should have pieced that together because that was very obvious. I just kept reading FBI dyslexically. So, oh no! Oh my goodness! I do not want a capital one. Don't give me a capital one. I'd stop it. When we finally got it finished, we had a modest wrapped up party at a local restaurant. I thought it was a good looking film for £3 million. And Mitch said, we didn't do that for £3 million. Apparently, just before the film was due to start. I hate it when people don't edit their work. The big pet peeve of mine. That they think that they're so great that they don't have to reread over their work. What was this? Dictated, not read? Really? Soothing. Not shooting. Soothing. Did you type this out on your phone and it auto-corrected? And didn't, like, do you not have editors at deadline? Come on. Really? Soothing. God, it's a big pet peeve of mine. I hate that. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. Someone got paid to write this. Just saying. Okay. Some of the investors pulled out and said they would take another year or two to raise the money again. But someone said if I heard this had happened, they would probably never see me again. Jesus, okay. They gave Mitch a chance to make it for £1 million, but were breathing down his neck to make sure he met all the deadlines. I believe we got it shot for £900,000, but I don't think it looks like a £900,000 movie. Jesus Christ. I know, but fucking have some pride at your job, god damn it. Fuck. Like, oh my god, that's such an easy thing. It didn't have the red squigglies under it, so it's fine. That's disgusting. That's really, really frustrating. That a professional... Stupid thing. It certainly doesn't. What? What? Wait, hold on. What was it? So I don't think it looks like a 900... I believe it doesn't look like it. Well, I didn't see it, so and I guess he saw it, or whoever the hell did this. It certainly does it. Did you have to make compromises? There was one scene that was removed because there wasn't time for it. There might have been small changes, but not really significantly. The main good fortune was that we had Northampton at our disposal. Perhaps the only good thing about having the town on its knees is that the council council is. The council is. I know. The council is made up of multiple people, but there is a council. So that is a singular thing. So that verb better reflect that singular thing that you're saying is doing this thing. You call yourself a fucking writer. You call yourself a fucking writer and you can't do... Okay, soothing, bad, that awful. That is so frustrating. I fucking hate it when they do things like this. And by the way, if it was just one, it would, like I said at the beginning, there was one at the beginning and I kind of laughed it off. This is like 4. This is like the 4th mistake I have seen in this. It's like 4. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. An exclusive interview, mind you. A rare interview that you keep touting about. Exclusive. Only you got it. And you're making grammar mistakes. Like a fucking amateur. Really? The council... read it out loud. Here we go. A great thing. Here, we're gonna teach these people how to do this correctly. I don't have a damn thing published, and I shouldn't be teaching fucking anyone how to do this correctly. But here I am. Read your shit out loud, because when you read it out loud, you'll know. You will know if something is wrong. Perhaps the only good thing about having the town on its knees is that the council are absolutely desperate. No, It's on its knees, is that the council is absolutely desperate. They Yeah. The council is, they are. There are things. So they are absolutely desperate, but the council is absolutely desperate. They is plural. Oh, that's gonna get me in trouble. The council is. The council is absolutely desperate for anything that will draw any kind, because when you say it out loud, the council are absolutely, it sounds wrong. I almost think he said that they are absolutely desperate and they had to go back in and put the council instead of they, and they didn't think about it, and they didn't change the verb that went with that. Okay, I know it seems like a silly thing to get upset about, but when people are having trouble getting their shit published, um and they're having to deal with a bunch of bullshit just to get it published, and then you have people like this that get paid to do this, they get their shit published and they're a journalist. It really frustrates me because it's amateur hour. Like this is an exclusive interview. This is something that they should have been fighting to see who would be able to write it, who would have their name attached to it, right? This and they've made like 4 grammar mistakes. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. That will draw any kind of financial attention to this collapse. Ho ho. They gave us the freedom of the town. What are your hopes for the film? I hope people will enjoy it. Fair enough. And will be interested to see how the story will evolve in the TV series. I hope that all people who worked on the film, including the brilliant actors, get the recognition, but all of that is in the lap of the gods. Yeah, no, it might be a regional thing, but it's very frustrating. It is. Because they record the interview. Like, they record it and then go back and write it because they're not typing out the interview as he's talking, because that would be absolutely insane. Uh, Small things like that really bother me. I looked up the film on Google. There were several references to this interview. Yeah, it's an exclusive. It is. I'm a huge fan of Tom Burke. Absolutely, he's terrific. And oh, who's Tom Burke? Wait, did I already forget? Wait, is that? Hold on, hold on. I'm horrible with names, guys. Please forgive me. Who's Tom Burke? I feel like he referenced it in here, but I can't remember where he did. I don't know. Okay, it's starring Tom Burke. Thank you. Thank you for not clarifying that at all. I appreciate that. Not at all. But look, it does look interesting. I like the lighting. I like that lighting. You can tell they're like in an area, you know, like they use that light. Like, okay, when I was, like I said, when I was in art school, to go out and, like, this reminds me of doing night photography. That's what this reminds me of. Going out in the town and trying to find something to take pictures of, and there's not really a whole lot of good lighting, but you're hoping that there's something, and you don't want a whole lot of grain in your photo, and that's what this reminds me of. So kind of, sort of, a little bit of nostalgia for me at least. All right, Tom Burke. So we found out who Tom Burke is as the lead actor, but you know, I got told by this person, whoever wrote this, um, I got told who I got told what the Killing Joke was, which was nice. But they just assume I know who Tom Burke is, which is great. Thank you for that. What a weird thing is that I have to be told what the Killing Joke is, but they just think I implicitly know who the hell Tom Burke is. Weird, very strange. Absolutely, he's terrific. He brought such a lot. I don't know if that's Alan Moore messing up or the person who wrote this article messing up anymore. I really don't. He brought. You don't need such. Like, remove such. Get rid of this word. He brought a lot to the character, and he's a terrific guy as well. I particularly enjoyed my scene with Tom. Oh, he's in this movie. Okay, I think this might be his character. Okay, I gotta see this. How long did it take you to get into that makeup? Oh, hours. Our makeup designer is an absolute genius. She did it quickly as anybody would. Holy hell. Look at that. The costuming's pretty good. And there is no way, and I bet you anything, what took the longest was the hair. Look at that. Look at the way it curls. I like that. I do. I like the costuming. I like the lighting. I like the makeup. The hair is brilliant. It's such a simple thing, but like it just adds. Like I appreciate that. But oh, are we done? Yay! Wait, what a weird way to end the interview. With that's a weird way to end. I'm not. It's not just me, right? That was weird. That was a weird way to end that. Like, this is the last part of the interview. How long did it take you to get into that makeup? Oh, hours. Our makeup designer was an absolute genius. She did it as quickly as anybody would. And then it's done. That's weird. That's a weird cutoff point. Why did you cut it off there? I thought I had more. That's weird. Strange. I'm kind of tempted to look at the comments. Oh. Oh. That's a, oh. Comments on Deadlight are monitored, so don't go off topic, don't impersonate anyone, and don't get your facts wrong. A very strange thing to have on a website that, in order to have this website exist, the First Amendment has to exist. Weird. Strange. Alright. Is he sitting inside a curve? I actually don't know. Let me see. Let me scroll back up. So you know how I was saying earlier about he's sitting on the moon. So this is him. This is Alan Moore's character in like a bigger context. Yeah, so he's sitting on the crescent moon. Yeah, it is. It's weird, but I mean, it is kind of, Alright, I wanna look at the comments, because, wow. Uh, but I love that. I love this little thing. And the comments on Deadline are monitored. Don't go off topic, don't impersonate anyone, and you can't. Oh, you can't. Don't get your facts wrong. That is so off-putting. That is such an off-putting thing to say. It's so passive aggressive. Alright, I don't. What is this? What does this word mean? Why do people use words that I don't know? A bad-tempered person, especially not one. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that because I'm gonna mispronounce that. How much of him was a move? It's enough to make me watch this thing that I. Okay. Nerd rage. Some of these comments, oh my god. Have nothing to do with politics and a lot to do with business models. Movie theaters have a lot of overhead expense and have to compete with streaming, which is a very lean and mean business model. True. Use the internet to reach out to the world and collect credit card numbers, very cost efficient. So to compete, theaters have to fill seats reliably, and you can only do that with most broad-based entertainment, bland and brainless. That's it. No, I will not even learn how to say the word. You can't make me. Writer who shall not be named in any of the. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. He doesn't want to be associated with any of his past work. Can you imagine though if they took his name off of everything? He doesn't want to be associated with his past work, but if you took his name off of everything, he would say that you were stealing his work from him. What a nice little paradox you got yourself in there. So every possible way that the scenario plays out, you win. Isn't it fun? How does he know? Yeah, exactly. He gives an opinion about modern superhero films, and he gives many. He stated that he hasn't seen one. So how does he know what they like? I mean, I would assume he'd seen trailers like everybody else. All right, these comments aren't as spicy as I thought they were going to be. Boo. Very boo. Boo. Oh, that was. Yeah, and that was the end. That's what I was saying. Yeah, that was the end. It was just, hey, how did the makeup go? And then poof, gone. Like, what a weird, what a bizarre thing. What a bizarre thing to end on. Oh, and I just hit 3 hours. That's great because I'm about to wrap up. And that was pretty much all I had to say about that. It's he's a very strange man. And honestly, I think he only comes out to do interviews like this because he thinks the world forgets about him. He wants to remind people that he exists. Also, obviously, because this was clearly a publicity stunt for his new movie, the show. If that thing hadn't come up, if that thing wasn't coming up, he would definitely not have done this interview. No way. They have taken his name off of anything he previously wrote. Really? Really? They have? Well, I mean, I guess you get what you want, right? He wanted that, so I guess. I guess he gets exactly what. Yeah, he got exactly what he wanted. What a. I would like because those are works that he could put his name that he put his name on, which basically means that like they're works to be proud of. They're good. and he shouldn't just do away with them because of blah 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 blah. His wishes, yeah. I have some reprints of his Miracle Man and others. They removed his name as per his wishes. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like so that's what he wanted, and he gets what he got what he wanted. Although I wouldn't. It's weird because because in this article he complains about people stealing the artist's work, and like they're stealing away his work by taking his name off of it. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Wow. The show does look interesting, though. I am kind of a sucker for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would imagine it is, and that just means there's probably going to be a whole generation that doesn't know that he even exists. And maybe again, I think it maybe have to do with some kind of self-loathing he has. Like he doesn't, like, he got successful and he didn't like it, and he's like very counterculture, and all his shit hit mainstream, which he hated. And like imagine somebody being counterculture having shit that hit the mainstream. That's something they would hate. But if they really didn't want it to hit the mainstream, they probably shouldn't have done something with the possibility of hitting the mainstream, right? So he also wants to be a creative. There's a lot of like not contradictory. No, it is contradictory. Like points of view that he has, and he just has like contradictory points of view that he just holds, and it makes sense to him somehow. And I'm having a little hard time understanding it, but you know. Eh. Oh, what did y'all think about that? Out of curiosity, and I know Clobber Times, you're a big Alan Moore fan. Oh my god. Well, I kind of haven't either 110%. Yeah, you can argue, yes, I'm still young. But I mean, it's like, it's funny to see someone like that goes against what he does. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, actually. Um, that's 110%. And of course, Gary of all people would definitely cover this. He's always been a nut, but there was a time when he still cared about his older work. Now he hates to claim it. Yeah, I agree. It is a shame. I just, I mean, I have looked back on stuff I've done before, and like art that I've done before, and just been like, oof, maybe not. Um, but his is like objectively still good, you know, and my work was not. My work was objectively bad, but it also showed how much I'd grown as an artist. Him, it's like, man, it'd be hard to beat his best work, and it's still good. So no, I think because nerd culture is in such, it's so mainstream, and I know I've said this 1,000 times, but him being counterculture and with nerd culture being mainstream, I think it has to do with that. I really do. I really think it has to do with that. If nerd culture never became like a mainstream thing, I don't think he would have the same attitude. I don't think he would hate it as much as he does. I really don't. But eh. I do like I obviously I do like some of his works, and I've never really like sat down and not obviously not talked to him, but like like interviews or things where he has talked about his work before. I've never done that with Alan Moore. Um, I kind of just like to enjoy the works for itself without really getting the artist involved. But there are rare occurrences where at least um, some it actually enhances the work to know about the artist. Like Vincent Van Gogh is a great example of that. Objective. I isn't it? It's so bad. Can't we just can't we can't deal with the objectivity. Yeah, yeah. But again, like I said, if he didn't have that show coming out, that movie, I don't think this interview would have happened. I think this was. I don't even think he wanted to do this interview. I think this was 110%. Because if you notice, he starts like pulling it into the conversation, so that's where the conversation leads to. Um, that's not where the conversation started, and I don't even know if that's where the conversation was headed. I think that's where it was, where he wanted to lead it to, because I think that was the whole point of him doing this interview, was to get it out there, um, for the more people. Because I didn't know he had something else happening. I don't know if anyone else did, but I didn't. And obviously, if I don't know something, no one else can. Um, yeah, I haven't heard of it, and I don't know if any of y'all had, but this article is the only reason I know about it. And if that was his intention by doing this interview to then get the word out, he succeeded. 110% succeeded. These days, social media makes it harder and harder to separate the art from the artist, often to the detriment of said art. Yes, yes. This is why I try my hardest to do that. Some people make that impossible. Some people it enhances. It's really hard for me to, like, Brie Larson is one of those people where it's hard for me to take the art out of the artist, in regards to her, even though I have seen quite a few of her films. Um, it's really difficult. Even before I even know who she was, like Kong Skull Island, like no one remembers her being in that. Um, so she makes it almost impossible to do that. Or as like I said, Vincent Van Gogh, it actually enhances his work to know about the artist. So hmm. Well, I might check that out. I might check out the show. I said the words out. I'm so sorry. I said the words. I think I'm just gonna wrap it up here because I mean I might check out the show. It sounds interesting. Apparently, it's online. I don't know if it's just for that film festival or if it's like actually released. Um, but it seems interesting. I'd have to know more about it in order to watch it. Um, but yes, I agree. I 110% agree that he was on point about the comic book industry. Yes, yes, yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, Lady Mist. Hey, girl. Thank you. It's a psychological situation. Yes. No, that is his psychological situation, not his political point of view. And I don't even consider Moore's political points in this either. I'm talking about how he talks about art, how he talks about the creation of it. That's what I'm talking about. I don't really just don't care about people's politics. That's really not a huge problem for me. It's when it starts leaking into literally everything else, that I start having a problem with. Anyway, so I will. I think I might see y'all tomorrow, but if I don't see y'all tomorrow, I will definitely see y'all Monday. So yes. Oh yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. The article, like I said in the description, y'all want to check it out for yourselves. Feel free to do that. Uh, I hope y'all have a good one. Thank you for coming.